Go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Vin.
And your other boy, Jared.
And, this will be a little bit off theme, but we had scheduled this about a month ago. Today, we'll be playing LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and discussing, or attempting to discuss at this point, the cultural impact of Star Wars, how it started, how it's going, and where it could wind up. There's also a good possibility that we won't discuss that, and Jared here might help me do some puzzles that'll be coming up. So, I beat the game already, but I'm doing puzzles and side missions, and just kind of having fun with it. This was a surprisingly good game. But yeah, so any input before we get started, Jared?
These characters are a little smooth.
They're made of plastic.
Ah, that's right, yeah. We'll attempt to stay on subject, which, given this is a subject you're passionate about, it should not be hard.
You know, I don't want to talk the whole time, so, you know, I'm gonna try to temper myself. Oh, God. Okay. Just picked right up in. Okay.
Who are you playing as?
Sith Ray.
Figures.
She's broken. And she has got a folding dual wheel or double lightsaber. And so any type of fighting I have to do, she just yeah. That. Okay. So speak to the mission giver. Here we go. Where is the mission giver? Oh, over here.
Okay, so you was wanting to talk about like how Star Wars started and then where it's at now.
Okay, so, you know, Star Wars came out, I believe, in 1979. Can't remember the year exactly. It's in the 70s.
It's in the 70s, yeah.
And it blew. It started with, ironically, the 4th episode. It was a cultural icon. You know, it absolutely blew people's minds. It holds up to this day. There's been some touch-ups here and there, but it holds up to this day. You know, and the first, you know, A New Hope, The Emperor Strikes Back, which was an even bigger success, and Return of the Jedi came out, and that's all we had for a while. When I was a kid, that's all we had. I remember my mom showing me the original Star Wars trilogy, which weren't known as 4, 5, 6. You know, that was all we had. And I still remember when A New Hope was literally just called Star Wars. That's all it was. It wasn't Star Wars A New Hope. It was just Star Wars. And I remember growing up with that, and that's all we had. And then I remember when the prequel trilogy came out, and I loved it. Phantom Menace I saw in theaters. It was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters. It was. Why do I hear porgs on Yavin 4? But you know, I saw.
Alert. Sorry.
I heard or I saw it in theaters, and a lot of people didn't like it. But over time, people have grown an appreciation for it. I'm just running around gathering studs right now. But then the sequel trilogy came out, and that's been very divisive. And now, you know, Disney, who, in my opinion, okay, 90s kid, I grew up on Disney movies. I feel like Disney is disgusting now. Like, I absolutely, genuinely, and I don't care. Let me make this fucking clear. Anybody who watches this in the future and wants to unsubscribe because one of the dudes in this that run this channel doesn't like Disney can kiss all of my ass. Okay, Disney
ain't much ass to kiss.
It ain't much ass to kiss, so don't worry. I won't take up too much of your time doing it. But Disney has become a joke, an absolute fucking joke. They have become like a parody of themselves. The very epitome of the money-hungry, corrupt mega corporation. They've bought everything. They've bought Marvel, they've bought Fox. You got to understand that we live in a world now where the Avengers and the Xenomorph and Darth Vader could all fight each other in a movie, and nobody would have to negotiate with anyone to make that happen because Disney owns all those characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we live in a world where the Xenomorph could attack the planet of Pandora with the blue cat people, the Na'vi, and
Yeah.
again, nobody would have to negotiate that because Disney owns that. Like, that's insanity. The fucking Xenomorph queen is an alien, is a Disney queen. You know what I mean? Leia is a Disney princess. You know, but anyway, they have, in my opinion, they have a real bad habit of buying up these companies and then trying to make money off of making movies, you know, off these characters they now own and not understanding the characters they have just purchased at all. But yeah, so, you know, we've got this juggernaut of Star Wars, and, you know, it is in my opinion, a shade of its former self. Oh, I have to change characters.
The base
Hang on.
is under attack from wild runyips native to the area. Sorry, I just realized that was a slightly alarmist way to start a conversation. This is still something of a problem, however. I'm not sure what we could have done to disturb them, but these rampaging runyips are causing damage and injury and must be stopped. Can I trust you to take care of it?
Yeah.
Runyips have been reported rampaging at various parts of the base. Neutralize them, and see if you can learn of any unusual activity that could have caused this behavior.
Alright, so I have to, kill Runyips? That'll be fun. Alright, well, let's go handle that.
Okay, who are you playing as now?
I am playing as Zam Wessel in her human form. She is what's called a changeling. She had a brief cameo in
Get over here so we can begin.
episode 2. She assassinated. Oh, there's a Runyip. She assassinated or tried to assassinate Padme Amidala under the orders of Jango Fett, and then was assassinated by Jango Fett when she was about to be interrogated by the Jedi. She's actually... So, you have to buy characters. You have to have one character of each class, so I'll show you this real quick. So there's different classes. There's Jedi... Oh god. Okay. There's Jedi, Hero class, Scavenger class, Scoundrel class, Bounty Hunter class, Villain class, Dark Side, Astromech, Protocol Droid, and Extra. And you need one of each, because each character class can do something unique as far as solving puzzles or doing certain tasks. And so I got Zam. I've got 2 Bounty Hunters unlocked. I've got Zam and Leia in her Bosch disguise. And I've just been using Zam because while I'd rather probably use Boba Fett or Jango Fett, they cost money. And I don't want to spend money if I don't need to spend money, because what I want to do with my money is upgrade things, which I've been working on. So there's only really so much money you get in this game. I mean, and you can get unlimited. You can run around the levels doing fucking nothing and just collecting studs all day long. But I don't really want to fucking do that. So I've just been using Zam, and she's kind of been my go-to bounty hunter girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, you were saying about the sequel trilogy and how Disney, you know, owns everything.
So the sequel trilogy started off really fucking good. You know, I liked The Force Awakens. I have a soft spot for it. I feel like it wasn't anything unique. It was really kind of a New Hope 2.0, but as a way to start off, you know, the sequel trilogy and kind of give people that feeling they missed of the original Star Wars, I think was a decent start. We lost the plot with The Last Jedi. Like, Ryan Johnson wanted to kind of undo everything that J.J. Abrams had set up in The Force Awakens, and in doing that, completely lost the plot. And then on top of that, when The Rise of Skywalker came back, J.J. Abrams was back in control, and so he had to fix everything Ryan Johnson kind of fucked up and try to go back to his original idea, and it just messed the thing. But to me, the problem isn't the sequel trilogy. Those are
it's the Disney Plus series.
It's everything that's been going on Disney Plus that is really just kind of.
But what's slightly more
Mandalorian was a good start, but Mandalorian season 3 is a shit show in my opinion. The Book of Boba Fett is a shit show in my opinion. Andor was supposedly really good, but I never touched it. The Ahsoka series. Ahsoka is such an important character in Star Wars, and such a beloved character in Star Wars. I don't think there's been a character as beloved as Ahsoka since Luke. And the less we talk about what happened with Luke, the better the world's going to be. But that was just a shit show. We wound up not focusing on the character who the show was named after, and focusing on Sabine, and how we took a character who was pretty decent in her TV show and just virtue signaling the fuck out of her. Also, fucking lightsabers don't mean shit anymore. The amount of characters that have been stabbed in the Disney Plus series with the lightsaber and shrugged it off like it's nothing has turned the lightsaber into a joke. The Obi-Wan series had so much potential and could have been amazing, and it was a fucking disaster. Oh god, what's the one that came out recently that just absolutely... Oh, The Acolyte. Oh, The Acolyte is just... Oh. Look, the less we talk about The Acolyte, it just... So yeah, look, I'm trying not to get too in-depth because it's such a touchy subject, and again...
Well, there's a lot of... In a lot of some of these things, there's a lot of...
political shit.
Political and...
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. We should just be...
sensitive subject talk, so...
And that's what's funny is, the original Star Wars you can talk about and not have to worry about that. Because while Star Wars has been political, it's based on the politics in the universe of Star Wars, not our politics in our world. But then what started happening is Disney bought Star Wars and hired activists to write these Star Wars stories, and now those activists are putting their political agendas into the world of Star Wars and preaching with the world of Star Wars. And look, no, that's not what Star Wars is about.
If it's not the activist, it's certain actors.
No, it's the activist. That's
things.
No. See, it's not the actors. It's the Disney is actually legitimately hiring activists to preach these certain political opinions in the world of Star Wars. That is what is actually happening.
Oh, I had read that one of the actors is not just in Star Wars, but even when he's voicing certain other characters, which should tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But apparently he's very
I'm not sure which actor you're talking about.
Mark Hamill.
Oh, Mark Hamill. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Mark Hamill.
Without going into the details, there's a lot of...
Mark Hamill has the brain rot, for sure. But yes, Mark Hamill is... But he hasn't been in a lot of projects. So, that's why I'm not really accrediting it to him.
So here's the thing. I still like Mark Hamill as characters. He might have...
The brain rot?
Opinions and things.
No, he has the brain rot.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's there might be things I like and dislike, but as an actor, as a iconic voice for so many characters, he's still phenomenal. I still like him as
He,
an actor.
he's talented, but he's just got
He's
the brain
talented.
rot.
I mean, fucking who doesn't? But
Oh, there we go. This
I
is what I
mean,
was looking for.
and it's okay to have a difference in opinion, and I think that's or have in certain ways, if you got everybody's got a little bit of the rot, and that's fine. It's whatever. We're allowed to.
Doesn't
But
have a little bit of the rot. He has nothing but rot.
he is older.
Yeah, that might be it.
Hurry up!
Uh-oh.
And he's been in Hollywood for a while, so that happens.
Where do you come, fool? Well, they do. Whoops.
I think I have to fight these guys.
So,
Horrible
you're the
horticulturist.
one busting up. Get him!
Oh, God. I'm gonna let Ray do it. Actually, I'm gonna do it as Ray. Come on. Come on. Yeah. What? See how broken she is?
I'm confused. How's she broken?
Because
She's
she's
a little OP, maybe, but
that's what I'm talking about. OP as in
oh,
Good work.
I just threw that dude into space.
So pirates
so
were behind it. They must
if
have
Ray
taken
went
kindly
Sith, which
to a
was
level
really
presence
easy to
so
do.
close to one of their admittedly quite clever, but despicable. Fortunately,
so I know you
the
said you had a
Runyops appeared
soft
to be
spot
recovering
for
already.
The Force
So all's well
Awakens,
that-
and I started to say, is it a soft spot or is it a hard spot?
I do like Daisy Ridley as an actress. But I discovered Daisy through The Force Awakens. I think she's a sweetheart. But no, I genuinely like The Force Awakens because she's obviously in all the sequel trilogy. So no, if it was a Daisy thing, I would like them all. The Force Awakens just it's since it's starting this new storyline, it has a really good launching point. I'll put it in the way I talk in cars. Imagine you have a car that just launches really, really good because it's all-wheel drive, but it has no top-end power.
Yeah.
That's what The Force Awakens is. Really good launch. No top-end power. Okay. Here. Are there any puzzles in this area? No.
I got my baby sitting here on the floor, and she's just watching it. She watches her mama play the Lego one too. So
Danny, or
original.
not Danny. Danny is mine, or what the fuck? I can't talk. I'm tired. Have I mentioned we're tired? I'm tired.
But yeah, going to how, Disney makes a lot of great things, and they have a lot of great movies, and they've even got some good TV shows, but I feel like the more they try to push their agendas, and again, I mean clear, it is okay to have a difference in opinion. It is okay to, have something you're passionate about and wanting to spread it. That's fine. I mean, we all do it. However, there's a difference between casually spreading what you believe in versus implementing it to all of your works and trying to force a society to believe what you believe.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Disney's doing, is they're like, this is what we want to do, so every TV show, every movie we make from this point on is going to push this belief system, whether you like it or not. They're not there to appease the fans anymore like they used to. Now it's just pushing their ways. And that's how any great company falls. When you go more into what can I make a quick buck on and screw the fans.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. How did the Separatists win? What
All
the fuck?
businesses should be about appeasing your fans to a degree. Obviously, you don't want to change and warp everything to appease your fans. You can't do everything that your fans want, but you know, pick and choose the ones that work the best. And I can guarantee you, because no one likes politics,
Another step closer to stopping.
none of the fans want this, which is why there is so much complaining about it.
Yeah. Whew.
That's why even on this channel, we do our best to stray away from any political talk at all.
Yeah, which is why it's hard to talk about something like Star Wars now, because as much as I would love to talk about Star Wars and not make it political, I can't do that because the people behind Star Wars have decided they wanted to make Star Wars political. So you can't, we live in a world where you can't have a conversation about Star Wars without talking about real world politics, because that's what Star Wars has decided they want to do, is make it about real world politics instead of, you know, the politics of the world they live in. There we go. That's
But what we can do is we can not mention any particular parties or individuals. We'll speak as vague as possible.
That's what I tried to do.
You know, we don't want to be a negative channel. We don't want to sit here and criticize and judge and just talk shit about stuff all the time. We'll make fun. We'll pick. But we want to make sure everybody's happy. We want to make sure you're coming back and, you know, understanding that.
And I'm all for civil conversation. You know, if you maybe are the type of person you can infer where we lean politically based on those vague representations we say, and you want to go to the comment section and have a civil back and forth discussion with, you know, where we're not calling each other's names, and we're, you know, and we discuss different, because I have friends of all different walks of life. I do too. My brother is actually politically opposite of me, and we get along all the time regardless of that. So, you know, if
one of my best friends is kind of backwards from me, and we have moments where we kind of bicker a little bit, but for the most part we're able to keep it civil and just have a discussion of opinion. It is possible, believe it or not.
So, you know, if somebody, you know, wants to have a civil but if you want to just get mad instantly because, you know, you think I don't think like you, or you think that Jared doesn't think like you, and you want to unsubscribe, or worse, argue with us in the comments, I don't have time for that, you know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for entertainment.
That's
not good.
May have drawn attention to myself. I may have drawn attention to myself. I definitely drew attention to myself.
I don't think your little ship is going to do much. Is that good? You put it right here.
Woo! Okay.
Got you a gravy biscuit too.
Destroy the ship's defenses. Here we go.
Gravy.
Oh god, there's people everywhere. Okay, here we go. Okay.
You can do it, sir. Just blow it up. Be like Luke. Or not. Either one works.
There was a time where being like Luke would have been fucking great. Not no more. Okay. Oh, careful. Don't crash in the... Where... Okay, some shit is highlighted, but... What is highlighting? I've already shot everything. What else are you highlighting? I've never had something like this happen before, where just shit comes out of nowhere. I've almost damaged it completely, but what do we do now?
Keep damaging it, I guess. Looks like those red arrows are pointing towards weak spots.
But yeah, I'm shooting every fucking part of...
That's just space. You're not even.
We're the government.
Oh,
We never do.
Shoot.
We're the
Don't talk
government.
about calling yourself out much.
There we go. There's one more thing I shot. Okay.
So, I play a game called No Man's Sky. And his brother plays it too. But, now, I play it in VR. You can play it flat screen, like kind of like this, but that's basically how the gameplay works in that too. Is, you know, there really isn't an up, down, left, right. It's just, no matter which direction you're facing, you are correct. And I was noticing how the space flight in this game, you know, no matter what your orientation is, you're not feeling out of orientation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're always right side up.
Got it. Board the ship. Camino Space Venator.
Looks like you got you a new ship.
I'm about to.
The Republic stands for justice and peace. Those who oppose us must be stopped.
Well, good thing I'm playing as Evil Ray. Okay, bye.
Prepare to engage.
Yes, the dark side is taking us.
What was that?
So I'm guessing, like, in the literal sense, you're a Sith, or are you playing as Jedi?
Oh no, this game doesn't work like that. You
Like,
just
I'm confused on
you
what
you can play as literally any character. Literally any character.
So you can play as a Sith Lord on the Jedi side.
Oh, it's again, the game isn't really like that. It is whatever. There's no sides. There's no. I can literally switch to Han Solo right now if I wanted to.
Well, I get that, but I'm confused on, like, who, like, what's the direction of the game? What is it? What are you doing?
It's just an homage to all things Star Wars. You can play through. You can play through all the. Literally, you play through all the main stories from the movies. And now that I beat all the main stories, you're just getting random missions.
Okay.
Okay, what am I doing here? Where am I going? In here? Okay. Hello, sir. Okay, where am I going? Hello, guys. Okay. Where are you going? Okay. Where are we going over here? Ooh. Oh no, that's the barriers. We're gonna go in here. Move to the bridge, accept. Okay. Ooh, what's in here? Ooh, is there a way to open this? There usually is. Ah, the vending machine's on fire. Okay.
Ooh, burrito.
The Republic will not let itself be engulfed in turmoil again.
Prepare to be engaged. I'm already engaged, damn it. Okay, here we go.
Intercourse. Kidding.
Oh my god, look at her health bar.
Fucking demolished.
Come here, come here.
That is ridiculous.
I told you, but... Yeah, how's that fire working out for you?
How many times you gotta do this? It's only coming like a little bit at a time.
It's done.
You know. Real losers are the tax-paying civilians of
Seize the Venator. Encounter incomplete.
Yeah, she should be like chopped in half in little tiny chunks.
Do you want to buy this capital ship? You can buy it later. I don't have the money. But I can buy it later. Cool. That was cool. The Venenator. Another
Venator.
space battle. Venator? Is that what it is?
Venator, yeah, it's not Venenator. There's only one N.
Oh well, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
The Venenator. It sounds like a Terminator version of yourself.
Right?
The Venenator. It'll
Oh,
blow
hang
your
on.
brains out and then also mock your car. I don't know.
Prepare to be destroyed.
There we go. Now I'm going to the set. You have to change your character in order to change who you're shooting at.
Yeah.
Woo! No, thank you. I love this game. This game is so much fun, and it was free. It was fucking free.
Oh man. Tickle my pickle and call me Sue. No. Sit down and eat your gravy biscuit.
Oh god, there we go. Galactic Republic wins.
Yay.
Oh, hello.
So, in besides Rey, obviously, and it's not necessarily a favorite character, just you just like the actress. What character would you say?
Anakin.
I didn't say it was going to be your favorite. What character do you think is the most balanced?
Oh, balanced? I don't know if the world of Star Wars works like that.
Like the one who has just a really
Now, when you say
clean story arc.
when you say balanced, okay, I was gonna nerd out a little bit. You mean like balanced in the Force?
We can go with that route too, but I was just thinking like overall personality,
Because
their ups
balanced-
and their downs.
Balanced means something in the world of Star Wars. So, like, if you're saying balanced, I'm thinking balanced in the Force.
Yeah, we can start with that.
Okay, well, balanced in the Force, I always felt like Qui-Gon was the most balanced in the Force. You know, he was a borderline gray Jedi, and, you know, he did, you know, the Jedi Council, you know, didn't always necessarily agree with Qui-Gon, not because he was a bad person, but because he wasn't afraid to think for himself. You know, he was the truest form of a neutral Jedi. You know, a lot.
He didn't follow the strict code of conduct, but he also didn't lean towards the Sith side either.
Yeah, no, he was the epitome of neutral and thinking for a lot. You know, the Jedi was not a perfect group of people. They were so, at the time of the prequel series, they were so unbalanced. They were literally generals in a war. That's not what the Jedi were supposed to be. Oh, come on. Get these supplies to crate while flying under pressure.
They were supposed to be peacekeepers, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But not like act like real world peacekeepers are very violent and just
Sometimes.
you know a lot of times when you think of a peacekeeper, you don't think of someone who's kind and compassionate and tries to take a peaceful way out. You think
the Jedi were supposed to be like the equivalent of monks, capable of fighting, capable of but you don't see monks going around forming a military force. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, they're space wizards or space monks is what they're supposed to be, but they got caught up in their own arrogance and their own personal views. You know, they thought they could do no wrong. They thought they were the ultimate sign of good in the world, and they slowly became corrupted through their own arrogance. You know, Anakin kind of had the right idea. He just kind of got carried away with it. You know, he said, in my opinion, the Jedi are evil. No, the Jedi weren't evil, but the Jedi were definitely corrupt. There was nothing evil about them. They just, like I said, they got caught up in their own shit. That they didn't realize they were losing sight of what they were supposed to be.
They remind me of a particular group of people in real world that I'm not going to mention.
The U.S. government?
No. it's a particular group of people that think they're the ones who's right, but are very obviously corrupted, and even though in one sense they might mean well, they tend to go about things not always the best way. I'm not gonna mention who, but yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just like we mean well, or at least we present that we mean well, but
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
We're gonna liberate that cargo.
I am very mediocre, decent at speaking in metaphors and code, and it's one of those, you either get it or you don't.
Sometimes it takes me a little bit, but I know you well enough. After a while, I figure it out. Oh, come on, where are you going? Where are you going?
You relate to this group of people because you used to be part of them.
Whee! Black people?
But black people. No.
Don't get our channel taken down, Vin. What the fuck? Should I disclose now for our own safety that I'm also part black and that I'm being sarcastic?
Yeah, please, because I'm not like albino white. I'm kind of a yellow white. I don't know if I got like jaundice or something, but
you are deep South Scottsboro white.
Well, I'm not. But my skin's kind of yellowy. I'm like borderline Asian white.
You're jaundice. Do you have the scurvy?
Well, I've got the scurvy. But
He didn't eat enough oranges.
You'd be surprised. I ate so many damn oranges, it's not even funny. But I guess a bag full wasn't enough. But anyway,
you gotta make sure your skin doesn't turn orange. People don't like that.
Anyway,
this episode's gonna get us in so much trouble, and of course, an episode about Star Wars, which should just be such an innocent topic, now causes so many fucking problems. And this is the problem with Star Wars. This is what I was talking about. That
sounded like you was clapping, man.
No, I was.
It was like a good little wet pop sound, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm clapping.
Good. I hope your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, innocence doesn't always stay innocent, and it should, but it don't.
Woo! Gonna get shot. Okay, we're good.
Garna, you already did.
I'm okay for now. Ooh! That one hit me. Oh, that one hit me. Oh my god, people, come on!
Man, this is some kind of Star War.
I hate you. Oh, this is a hard battle. Ooh.
That'd be weird if it was soft.
God, I hate you.
Oh,
gonna get shot.
Bad ones at that.
There we go. Got him. Come on. Ooh. So how does this battling compare to, got him. The space battle game you play?
So with No Man's Sky, you can battle other people in space, but typically it's just a couple. You know, they're bounty hunters usually what you're going after. You're not going after an entire fleet. There's not really that kind of system in there. This is a lot easier, actually.
Really?
Yeah. In No Man's Sky, the dog, that guy's an idiot. The dogfights in No Man's Sky, although they're not hard, they are definitely a lot more challenging than this.
You know,
I love dogfighting, whether it be space dogfighting or actual on Earth dogfighting. I like the idea. It just seems fun. It's like a game. Like even in real life, it's a little different, but you know, because I mean, you could literally get blown up at any point if you're not careful. There's a lot of teamwork that goes into it, but in games, I love dogfighting. And if for anybody, because I know there's going to be a few people at some point, when I say dogfighting, that's two planes shooting at each other. There's two planes shooting at each other.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Actual dogs fighting.
Dogs. It's just a terminology used for air warfare or aircraft warfare. They call it dogfighting. I didn't come up with it. I don't know, but just clarifying that.
Yeah,
I do not support animal abuse, but I do find aircraft warfare fascinating.
Did you almost quote Dragon Ball Z Bridge? I feel like you almost quoted Dragon Ball Z Bridge.
I don't know.
We here at Team 4-Star do not endorse child violence. We do, however, find it hilarious.
No, I didn't even think about that.
That's what that sounded like, yeah.
Hey, you gotta clarify.
You really do. Alright, I just finished that mission. Cool. And more dogfights. Oh, I got a 4-star snow trooper.
Now I had to. Hey, how much time we got left?
Oh, we're good for now. No, the alert hasn't shown up.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god.
I'm not trying to rush nothing, just curious. I don't want to, you know, wait till the last second and be like, oh shit, hey, we gotta go, bye.
No, I think we're okay for now. I've got my alarm set for 11:45. So worst case scenario, when that alarm goes off, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, he's got a gynecologist appointment.
Shut up. There we go.
You didn't deny it. That's the bad part. You just told
Shut
me
up.
to shut up.
I just tell you to shut up. I don't even need to anymore. Fuck it.
He's gotta get his hoopah looked at.
Got your car?
Wee.
No. Yeah, I got my little 3-year-old in the background here.
She's awake now.
Yeah, she's been awake for a minute.
Woo, nope.
So, you know, we talked about how, you know, probably the more, I guess, when it comes to the Force, the most balanced character that we, you know, you could think of was was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yes.
Now, when it comes going back to the original one, story arc, because a lot of their basic stories was covered. Who would you say is the most balanced there? Like the one who has
In the original trilogy?
In all of them.
Oh, in all of them. Well, Qui-Gon.
He has the most balanced story arc too.
Oh, story. What do you mean story arc? Like, what do you mean
Like,
balance in a story arc? That term confuses me.
So, like, you know, they're not suffering the entire time, but they're also not succeeding the entire time. You know, they have goals, they have tragedies, they have successes, and they're all very well balanced where it's not leaning too much, you know, of undestructible hero or uncontrollable villain. Like, they're right there in the middle where they, you know, they win some, they lose some.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess Luke, you know. Luke started out as a farm boy, and they got a good win in the first one, but then they got their asses pushed in The Empire Strikes Back. And then they came back, and, you know, up until they redid the sequel trilogy, you know, it was very simple. He wasn't an overpowered character. You know, he wasn't, you know, the greatest sword fighter or saber fighter or anything like that. He was just kind of, yeah. I think Luke is a pretty balanced character. He's not overpowered. He's not underpowered. He takes wins and losses. At least until they fucked them over in the sequel trilogy. Oh man, they're all clustered together. Alright, you want to talk about things not to do in dogfights? Don't cluster up with your teammates.
Yeah, so,
I'm picking...
little tangent subject. Yeah, when you're doing a dogfight, any kind of aerial combat, one, you want to make sure you're spread out, okay?
Keep moving, too.
You want to make sure that you're coordinated. There are patterns you have to be in. And you, and never, like what you're doing where you're trying to stay in general space, don't do that either.
Well, no,
you gotta be moving around, and so crazy enough, flying away from your enemy is actually more dangerous than flying towards your enemy.
Because they follow you and shoot you.
Yeah, they can target you a lot better from behind than they can head on.
Yep.
Because head on, any direction you choose, it becomes unpredictable versus being followed, where it can be, you know, kind of an idea. Well, if he goes left, I can go left. If he goes right, he goes right. But, you know, your head-on fighting is a lot. It's dangerous in its own way because you have direct line of sight of the cockpit. But it also, it just makes it a lot more unpredictable and dangerous. So it's dangerous for the fighters, but it has its pros and cons. I'll put it simple. It has its pros and cons. But if you're gonna do a dogfight, now what they teach in dogfighting is get behind them. That's the goal, is to try and get behind the other aircraft.
That's usually what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are techniques of doing that. Usually it's a, you know, pivot up and then rotate around. You know, kind of go upside down and then rotate is a really good one to get behind them. But the idea is to always get behind the enemy aircraft, and as bad as this is going to sound, take them from behind.
You knew what you were doing.
I knew what I was doing. That's the idea. But if you really want to throw people off, play chicken with them a little bit. It's dangerous, but if you play chicken with them and then do the right things, you can do pretty good.
The final gonk, and he's in space.
But don't keep all your teammates in one general area, because then you're going to lose a lot of people unnecessarily. You want to make sure that everybody's spread out, but patterned. That way, whoever you're going against has to isolate themselves, making them vulnerable. It's easier to get behind somebody if they're by themselves than it is if they're in a group, because somebody's going to be in front of you at that point.
Yeah. Oh shit! They're shooting gonk.
I'm not a pilot. I've never done.
Don't let him lie to you.
Fights.
Don't let him lie to you. He has dabbled in flying planes before.
Well, yeah, I've dabbled in it, and I studied to get my pilot's license, but I have the shaky disease, so, or at least I did. I think I outgrew it, actually. Me and my mom was talking about that yesterday. When I was first diagnosed when I was a kid for epilepsy, it was juvenile epilepsy, which they said I would outgrow.
Your brain just had to finish growing.
Yeah, but because I was stupid and did not take my medicine like I was supposed to growing up, when I went to different doctors, they's like, oh no, this is, you'll have this for life. And I mean, without going into the details, I haven't had a seizure in going on 7 years, and I have still not followed rules exactly like I'm supposed to. And I've been perfectly fine, not even a twitch. So I think the original neurologist was right. If I would have just stuck to it, I would have been fine, and I could have probably outgrown it, you know, a few years ago. But
well, I hate that at work it's kind of affected your work life now, and that you're not able to do the forklift.
Yeah. Which I would have been kicked off that either way. Why? Well, because with your fiance, you know, she has to be on it. She's on duty.
But that's temporary, though.
It is temporary, but either way, I would have been kicked off. And so it kind of worked out. And right now, work is irritating me. Our buddy Colin had some opinions about it, and I'm seeing it. Which we may have been, but I'm really seeing where he's getting at. And we have superiors that are absolutely phenomenal people, and they do great. But I don't feel like they have the pull that they should have. Like, they're not allowed to do their job, so.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know, did Danny tell you the bullcrap that happened Friday after you left?
No, she hasn't.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Basically, you know how after the other day when Jeffrey had to stay behind and do all that rework by himself?
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be, and that was on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, nobody leaves until all rework is done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was on rework yesterday, Friday. And I still had like 5 tires left, which was not really that much. It's not that big a deal, honestly. But everybody left. No one stayed and even offered to help finish it up. And I ended up being there till like 4:15, almost 4:30, trying to finish up rework.
Well, did you say anything to,
Yeah, I went to some higher ups and said it, and I even specified it. Like, it's not that it was a lot left and I couldn't do it by myself. It was just the idea that, there's people out here that are complaining about it and snitching on other employees, and then turning around and doing the exact same thing that they're complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can deal with a lot, but a hypocrite's not one of them.
I agree with you. If you want to call somebody out for doing something, don't be a hypocrite and do it the same thing yourself.
Right. And I normally would have went to our supervisor, but he had left early, so I went to his supervisor.
And what did he say?
I basically said, I know there's not a lot I can do, and he goes, there's not much you can do, but there's plenty I can do. Whether or not actually anything will happen, I don't know, but I at least got it out of my system.
Yeah. Okay.
And I told him, I was like, I don't complain about a lot. I don't stir drama.
I really don't.
I'm not in and out of, I never complain about anything, really. So I was like, but this, after seeing the crap we've had to deal with this past week, and then everybody, the entire Apollo line left. And I mean the entire line. Without getting into specific people's.
Droids, stop those intruders. I gotta go hide. I mean, do important captain stuff.
Do important captain stuff, yeah. Sounds familiar.
Something is telling me to use this. You don't have to do this.
And like I said, I'm not going to go into specific names or details.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But basically, there was a lot of individuals who were hypocritical, and there was individuals that were specifically supposed to prevent that hypocrisy who ended up doing the same damn thing.
Of course.
And knowing that one of our friends in the past has left because of this exact thing, and then just to see that it means nothing, it just pissed me off.
Danny and I have talked about this though. Every job.
Yeah,
has this bullshit.
I'm not gonna like quit or nothing like that, but it's something that it's like what Angel told me. When you piss off the pacifist, then you got a problem.
Yeah. Okay, Gohan. Hold on.
You know, I can respect that. You know, at first, because I was in a bit of a mood yesterday, I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I've been thinking on it, and I was like, you know, I'm okay with that comparison.
Gohan's the most powerful, one of the most powerful characters in that series, so that's not a diss at all.
No, I was just in a mood, and I was just like, I was trying to focus on what I was doing, and I was being distracted, and it ended up making me mess up. So I was getting pissy about it because I was like,
You got to be able to do both, though. You know, everybody talks and works.
Well, no, I was able to work. I just so something happened, and I noticed it, and I don't know how the fuck I done this, where I put on wheels that wasn't even lit up yet, and then I'm like, shit, I put on the wrong wheel. So I pulled the string to see what the next wheel was going to be, and it ironically was the wheels that I loaded.
Cool.
And I'm like, that works. I mean, I didn't know that that's what it's supposed to be, but my natural instinct just said, here, load these. I'm like, okay.
Well, there is a little bit of pattern to what we load.
Yeah, there is a little bit of pattern. Sometimes it has, you know, variants, you know, safety stock, and, you know, certain different wheels that are different sizes, but, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this subject because it's getting a little bit testy.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that has nothing to do with Star Wars. But like I said, I think we're getting to the point where we're just having natural conversation while playing video games, which again was my goal personally.
Well, you know what? I'll do this. I will tie it to the game and tie it to Star Wars. So we're talking about how just corporate corruption and how they ooh. Another one you can't afford.
Mm-hmm. But it's there.
In how, you know, preach this but not even follow your own words type bullcrap. Star Wars does that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of the people in here, they're like, this is what you got to do, and then turn around and don't even do it themselves.
Well, that was the problem with the Jedi that Anakin had. You know, is they were very hypocritical during the time of the Galactic War.
Yeah.
You know, Galactic Civil War. So, you know, they clearly had their own agenda. They were very blind to what was going on. So.
Me. Stop it.
Okay. Oh! Another ship just showed up. Well, while I go ahead and deal with this, we're at 57 minutes. So, let's go ahead and wrap this one up.
Like a burrito.
Like a burrito. I've got my appointment coming up soon, and I've got a lot of things to shoot, so... thank you guys for joining.
That ship design doesn't make any sense.
It's not a ship in the traditional sense. It is more a moving space station.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for hanging out with us today and kind of talking Star Wars, kind of talking pseudo politics, and getting back onto the topic of workplace woes, I guess. The only reason we're bringing up work is because we've been dealing with a lot of drama at work, so it just kind of inevitably happened. But like I said, when we first started this channel, we kind of went with the idea of having topics to kind of keep us on track. But for me personally, I don't know if this is Jared's philosophy, but I wanted us to get to the point where we would just naturally have conversation while playing video games. So
yeah,
we're kind of segueing.
I like having topics, but at the same time, for us ADHD brains, it is tiresome and stressful trying to force our brains to stay focused on a subject that really is just for the entertainment purpose. It's not something... Hold up, 59, 18 seconds. It's fine, it's good. We're done. Yeah, we gotta go right now. Bye!
Bye!